Hey everybody, this is Calvin Waite. I trade crypto for a living. I'm not a registered or licensed financial advisor, planner, or broker, so nothing on this channel should be taken as a recommendation to buy or sell. I also trade all of these things, so I probably have a vested interest in there. But there's plenty of entertainment value and lots of education, so this will be awesome. For those of you who didn't know, my subscription channel is live. So look at the link in the description over at cryptoinfluencers.com and you can see how I make all of my trades and what I do and what I think about everything. This channel is for more hypothetical and looking at trends, and the other one is for actual trading, so you might be interested in that. Okay, happy Saturday. I managed to find enough time to do a quick video, so I'll give you a quick rundown of what we're watching for at this weekly close tomorrow. First of all, I just wanted to remind you to go to cryptoinfluencers.com and sign up for the free channel. It's right here. And for the drawing, I actually need you to go and click on open chat here. If I was telling people wrong to go to chat.cryptoinfluencers.com right away, and it was not linking the subscription to the chat. So anyway, if you could just do that, make sure you're subscribed at the free channel and then click open chat, and then when you do, it'll bring you to this page, and just put in your Ethereum address in here, and you'll be entered into the drawing. So let's see. Let me just refresh really quick. Yeah, so today, these are the people that are entering. So yesterday, our winner was, let's see. Arquan. So Arquan was the winner for yesterday. I'm just randomly picking somebody who just put their Ethereum address in here, and you just get $25 worth of Ethereum. And just kind of a fun thing to do, just trying to grow the channel and make things fun around here. So, all right, let's talk about Bitcoin. Oh yeah, and then Wednesdays, make sure you come for Wednesdays. We do our live streams at 12:30 on Wednesday. Okay, Bitcoin is starting to it's starting to consolidate. Most of the moves, like our most recent bull move was decently sized. Our bear move was pretty large. Bull, bear, bull, these are starting to get a little smaller. This was a decent sized bear move. This bull move was very small. And so this either shows weakness or it shows that the market is entering an indecision phase. It feels weaker than strong, but we're kind of ready to move, either up or down at this point. And it's getting a little harder to read because a sideways market is a challenging market to read. You have to watch out for breakouts. That's kind of the only way you can trade these. And in this case, normally if you go down, you would consolidate, and then you would normally go back up, as long as the consolidation is long enough. But in the most recent past, we had a strong impulse to the upside, and then we consolidated, and then we had a continuation. So you could kind of feel momentum increasing within this consolidation. And in this case, we're kind of doing a little bit of a decrease. So I kind of feel like we'll probably have a consolidation or a continuation to the downside, but it doesn't feel like it'll be very strong if this move was sort of the start of that. I found kind of there's a little bit of a switching point right in the middle of our, guess you'd call it a falling wedge at this point, just because nothing's broken out, so I kind of left this on as a formation from our discussion before. But you can see how we kind of hit a breakout area, support, a drop, but we're kind of consolidating on this section. So we had an indecision moment here, an indecision moment here. We dropped out, we're rejecting now. So this line might be interesting to watch. It feels like if we get above this, we're probably looking at an upside move, even if it's just to the top of our channel. But yeah, still watching this very closely. The only thing that really could make a difference is tomorrow's close. And this is what I wanted to show you guys. Our weekly, since we've gone sideways for long enough, look what we're doing. Right now, last week's close was at 26,917. Today, we still have it. We have a day and 8 hours. So this candle could look completely different. But since we've consolidated so intensely and we've just really gone sideways, the volume on this week is very, very low. If we get a doji candle like this, I'm going to be bullish because this is a reversal candle and we have had a pullback for about 5 weeks. So this 5-week pullback, if we end with a week that's a reversal candle, it is likely that we're about ready to change directions and do something. I don't know if it'll be wild and crazy or anything, but a doji right on top of the 200-week moving average is kind of a pretty good combination. So I'm going to be watching our weekly close pretty carefully tomorrow. Anything in this area, yeah, if we get a small red candle or if we start closing near the bottom, then it'll start looking a little worse. But I think our patience has paid off. We're starting to get to a place where our next move to the upside could be coming closer around the corner. So interesting to see this. I really wish we would have pulled back a little bit further, but you know, if the chart's showing you a direction change, then you just have to read the chart and go with it. Okay, so this is what I mean by the market is kind of in a switching point. We're definitely in a place where we could either break up pretty good or break down pretty good. And my proof of that is I'm going to bring back the old matcher again. So here's my matcher. And because we've consolidated really for 55 days, we're just, you know, there's no context for us having moved up. Like this market has forgotten that we've moved up recently. We've consolidated for so long, it just feels like anything's on the table, up or down. And so if you look at the variance in my matcher, I found 2 experiences that Bitcoin has done in the past where our variance was 0.1094, and there are 2. And they both tell a completely different story. So the first option is a bullish option. It's just got a tiny little edge over the other. But if you look at the market structure here, we have kind of a move towards the upside. So we're kind of climbing here. And then we had the highest move of the entire 55 days. So we moved into our highest high of the 55 days. This particular one's had kind of a slow bleed off. This was more of a descending triangle, which is a different formation. That's why it broke off so suddenly and dropped to the downside. But if you go from top to bottom, the percent change is very similar to where we are right now. And now we've had a little weak bear move off here, and now we're kind of going sideways a little bit. So the expectation is that we would go up about 1.32%. We're definitely not doing that. We are up 0.17, so we're barely up. But nonetheless, it is a little bit of a green day that we'd be expecting. This is as of yesterday's close, by the way. And so, what would history do if we matched the exact same thing? We would have about 10 more days of sideways, and then we start climbing. And it's just a pretty strong climb. Broke our prior high, had a little bit of a reversal candle, but we just found support on the top of this. So we broke out and ended up being pretty strong. So this was the closest match in Bitcoin's history that matches price action the closest, and it's a bull case. But this one is equally as close, and this is the bear case. The difference is we kind of came down from a slightly, from a higher place, but nonetheless, right in the middle of our 55 days, this was our highest point in the 55 days. And then we started pulling back this was not intense enough. This was way more intense. So there is a different flavor here. But in the end, we ended up with a double top here. So total double top. And then a pretty good sell-off down to about here. So we're kind of ranging pretty close. Now we're having a weak move to the upside, and we're sort of consolidating sideways. So this scenario thinks that we consolidate for another 5 days and then we just fully drop off. But in either of these cases, there's a consolidation, whatever the consolidation is, and then there's going to be some sort of a break. If we break to the upside, I mean, we slowly built up before we broke up to the upside. This one, we did slowly build up and then we lost it, and then things kind of catapulted downward. But 2014 is a different year. 2014, well, I mean, let's look. So it's 2012 November. 2012 in November. So that's right in here. November of 2012. So that's this period right here. There's a problem with the data, but I think it's right in. Yeah, right in here somewhere. So we'd kind of pulled back. We're in a yellow zone. We're starting to move up and out. Let me just bring back our exact day. November 4th of 2012. Okay, so that's this. So it doesn't describe our situation perfectly. We did come off the bottom, so we did have quite a strong impulse. We did enter a yellow zone later. Yeah, no, we were well within the yellow zone. In this case, we had lost the 100, found it as resistance, and then we finally consolidated long enough that we started moving up. So this is a little interesting. So right now, we have not lost the 100. And in fact, we kind of did it all in one shot. So we kind of had a pretty strong impulse to the downside. Current day, we had a pretty strong impulse to the downside, but we kind of recovered. The 50 is still above us. We're still in a yellow zone. So there's some similarities here, but it feels like this market it hasn't consolidated long enough to match that other one perfectly. And then let's look at 2014. This would be August 5th of 2014. Yeah, this is a totally different scenario. Because here we had a massive run, and then we had sort of our kind of bull trap relief rally in the middle of the beginning of the bear market. And it was right in here that we finally were consolidating. So we'd entered a yellow zone, but it had happened after a red zone. We were not in like a green zone or we weren't recovering from the bottom of the move down here. So yeah, I guess this really bearish scenario is probably less likely. There was just a whole different set of emotions happening here. So on the whole, we're probably gearing up for another move to the upside, and I'm kind of I'm expecting that. I was just hoping to get one more cross of the wicks down in here. I don't know if we'll get it. I'm not sure. If this weekly chart just comes up as a full reversal, hovering right above the 200-week moving average, it's gonna be a buying opportunity. There's just no way around it. So should be interesting. This is definitely what I'll be watching at end of day. Since the variance is so low on all of these, and there's only 3 experiences. There's 2012 that looks like this, there's 2014 that looks like this, and then there's 2019 that's still a bull case. So this one was looking at kind of a double top, a higher move here, a pull to the downside, but we just never really entered a solid fear zone, and then we just popped up. So if I take the average of all of these, it looks like this. So it's potentially, we could be doing a double bottom just like this, and that we might be actually ramping up. And if we're reading the weekly chart, like if we closed where we are on the weekly, then that's the scenario I would definitely expect at this point. But it looks pretty close. This doesn't look quite the same, but we do have our highest move in the 50 right in the middle. And then we've kind of trailed off a little bit. This was way more intense than this, but still, emotionally, we're about there. So we're just kind of looking for a breakout, either breakout up or down, and we'll really have our decision made. But it's close. We're definitely at a place where the bears are just about done. And if bears make no more progress, then it'll be the bulls' chance to do it. It doesn't mean we're just going to go straight up. We could still consolidate for a couple of weeks and kind of languish in this area. But yeah, from a timing standpoint, we probably have it. So from this bull impulse leading up to here, we have 56 days. And from this bull impulse to today, we have 63. So we're like, from a timing standpoint, this is looking very mirrored. So we'll see. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So Monday morning, we'll probably have a lot to talk about. There will be a shift happening. I've been bearish for a while, but that's because the market's bearish. But yeah, we could be singing a different tune on Monday. So stay tuned. But yeah, as far as the drawing, I don't work on Sunday, and I don't want anybody to have to be doing anything special on Sunday. So we'll just do 2 drawings on Monday. So that's how we'll do it. But just make sure that you that there's just 1 entry per person. That really shouldn't be a problem, but I've been watching for anything suspicious, and I've been seeing a couple things that I didn't like. So as long as we don't abuse the giveaway, we'll just keep doing it. But if I can figure out how to make it more fair or something, that would be awesome. All right, you guys, we'll catch you next week. Have a good weekend. Thanks for making it to the end of my video. Make sure you keep those trades small. Don't force a trade. Don't get impatient. And if you want to see how all this works, please come over and check me out on the subscription channel at cryptoinfluencers.com. Again, the link is in the description.